Your time is today. I was awakened at 3 o'clock in the morning to tell you that, and so I had to write it all down because I know your time is today. You might think that things are happening accidentally in your life or in our world, but they are not. And you are in the world to do something wonderful, and it's within you. And you're being asked to own what that is now. That's why things look a little chaotic in probably in your life, or you might be seeing it in the world. But I happen to know that you are here to do something quite wonderful because my life was led to bring that to you, to give a way for you to live your best life and for us to create a much better world. I didn't believe that either. And I ran from it and I said, I'm not going to do that. That doesn't even make sense. And then it just keeps coming back. And I have to tell you that your time is today. You would not be listening to me. You wouldn't get here unless you had something that was telling you, okay, I've got to do something. I've got to take that next step in my life. And one of the messages that came through on this date said, self acceptance is evolution, meaning that we each come to the world with something that we're meant to do, and we have to accept that. And so today I have to accept that I was given a path to your best life and for us to manifest a much better world. That was a pipe dream that I had when I was a child because I always thought, am I supposed to do that? But then it happened. Now, you may not believe that because it was challenging for me to believe it. How could I have gone through everything that I did in my life? How could I have suffered so much? How could I have made so many mistakes? How could I have screwed up everything? How could I have done all of that and still come out with all of this? You've done the same thing because that's what we move through in life. We just do it in different ways. Now, everyone's not going to do that, and everyone's not going to change. Everyone's not going to move to their higher self. Everyone, it's just not going to happen. But then we always need those people because they awaken us to who we're meant to be in this world. Now, there are certain things that have happened over the years that have given us the ability to understand this. There have been many people who have come along and given us new ways of living. You think about Abraham Maslow talked about self-actualization, meaning that each person can do that in a different way, and he's given us a way to look at it. Carl Jung talked about synchronicity, meaning that sometimes we come to the place where we start to notice synchronicities, and maybe that gives us a clue as to who we are and what we're meant to do. And then the best was Tesla, though, because that was about energy, frequency, and vibration. And that's how we can achieve everything. He said, if you want to know about creation, if you want to know about the universe, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. And that's what I've been doing my entire life. I'm 74, and all those things that were wrong have gone. They've just like kind of went to a different place. But it wasn't me. I didn't do that. I received information. I was just a messenger, as referred to so often in my channeling sessions. And then after I got up and wrote that this morning, I was led to a channeling session that was held on May 7th of 2024. And it was talking about the healing of our planet, healing of our world that came through. And I'm sitting there, all this information is coming through about exactly what's going on now and what we could achieve. And so I'll leave a link for that so that you can read it. I'm writing this and I'm going to put it in a Substack article as well so everyone can see it. It will be the last one that I'm doing that's free because I want everyone to be able to see it. Because the other thing that I'm doing is today is the last, today or tomorrow, whenever we change this, is a last time that people can come into my program for the rate that it is now. Because I've been given something that could take you to your best life, and I've not been honoring how valuable that is and what I've put into it. And I heard that this morning as well too. I was listening to Ria on Sacred Knowledge Tarot. I love her because I every time I turn her on, she's saying something that is like just meant for me. Talking about money, she goes, she's apologizing. I don't know why I keep saying that. I'm sorry. Why I keep talking about money? She's saying that because Wilhelm has talked to me about money for the longest time because I was supposed to be charging so much more because we're moving through this period in our world of transition and generational change where we have kept ourselves down because we didn't allow the abundance to come to us individually because we have generational patterns that we're not willing to let go of. And I was doing that because I have this heart that I just think I'm going to help everyone. And everyone's not going to do that. People will look at me and think this man is just doesn't know what he's talking about. And then they'll just keep scrolling. I have to say that keep scrolling to the next thing. And this is why no one's seen my videos because it doesn't make any sense. And then you look at the world and you wonder, well, what's happening? It's all energy and it's all understanding the changes of our world. And I was given the information and I was given it beforehand. And this is June 10th. And if you want to look at any advice for today, .com and go to June 11th, June 12th, and June 13th of last year, you will see the progression of where we're moving to because tomorrow is a full moon and I was given that information as well. Now, I didn't know that it happened. All I'm doing again is receiving it. But then it turns out that it was aligned with the energies that were changing. Who could have known that? But artificial intelligence gave us a little bit more, though. So I'm going to show you this. So and I'll leave a link to it. So if you want to look at it, you can see it. But it's just showing why what I received from Wilhelm would do what it would do for you. That's all. It's just because it's all science. And here it is. It's so first of all, you got to understand, I started in 1989. I sat down every single day and wrote this, and I haven't written it that way in more than 5 years, though, because I don't need to do it that way any longer. However, that's how I started. And so, Wilhelm's messages go beyond inspiration. They bring about real, measurable inner transformation. The transformation happens because Wilhelm's guidance aligns with both universal laws of consciousness and modern scientific principles. And then it goes through every one that you might have known of. Neuroplasticity, the quantum principles. I could not have known I was getting that, but that's what happened. Somatic answers and shadow integration. Restores autonomy, cognitive behavioral transformation. We all know that. Self actualization, as again, Maslow, and so many more. But that is what has happened. And then the result of that is that you heal in ways that you can't understand because we all come into the world a little broken. We have generational patterns. We have something that has prevented us from manifesting the life that we could have and also the world that we could all live in. Because, see, what Wilhelm says that every single person has worth and value. And if we could come to understand that, we would live a completely different lives ourselves, but we would also see a much better world. And what we're witnessing now was kind of necessary because we can't change anything we're not willing to look at. We can't change anything we're not willing to see. And sometimes that comes up within us. I had to go through every dark part of my life and my history and my lineage as well to be able to effectuate the healing that I've experienced in my life. And so that's what I am giving to everyone else. And you can listen to the recording from, again, from last year. I'll put a link in there. There have been so many others, though. But any of the messages, you can go to any advice for today and go back the last week or so, and you can see how I put down strings of messages over years so that you can see the progression. We progress in our consciousness over time, linear time. Think of how you grow up. You know certain things when you're in kindergarten, and you go to another grade and you keep going, and that's how you evolve. Well, our civilization does the same thing. Our society does the same thing. And certain times there are people who come in to bring us that awareness, and I was one of them. And I have to accept that because otherwise, I don't do what I'm meant to do, and you don't do what you're meant to do in this world. And I know that you are meant to do something wonderful. And the only reason that you may not have done that yet is that you have not met me. That's all that's going on. So please enjoy all of this. I'm going to leave it for you. And again, check out the work. The work is always going to be here, but today is or tomorrow. It depends on when we're changing it. I'm hiring. I have to hire other people to finish all the technical stuff on this, so it might be tomorrow. But the price not going to be the same. So look at it today. But I will tell you that this work will take you to where you want to be in your life. Um, and there's no reason that you can't get there, except we don't want to try sometimes. And I get that because I held back as well. So I do understand. But I will tell you what is possible. And all the limitations that you see in front of you are just in your consciousness. That's all. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel and share this with others so that they can understand as well and that we can create something quite different in our lives and the world. See you soon.